Welcome everybody, this is the Black Flag Running Club. I'm your head coach, Aaron Nadrania. We are heading into week 15, and this is your Monday morning post with what we've got planned for this week for you. So we're going to get into this a little bit more in our Friday post, but I wanted to get you prepared as this Saturday we are going to be doing the train run, which takes us from Solana Beach up to Oceanside, and we run the rest of the way back. So this has always been a crowd favorite in the past. It's going to be a little bit different this year, obviously, because we won't be able to all be on the train at the same time, but I am going to provide you with all the details and all the train numbers that will be appropriate for you to get on to go back and forth between Oceanside and Solana Beach. So more news on that a little bit later come Friday, but between now and then, let's take a look at what we've got planned for this week. All right, so this weekend was really exciting for us. Some of us ran the virtual La Jolla Half Marathon. I saw some posts out there. Seems like everyone, although it was a lot hotter than we anticipated, had a pretty good run out there. So if you haven't posted yet, please do that. It helps us kind of keep in touch with what you're doing. But if you haven't done it, make sure you do it before too terribly long, as we've kind of been training up and getting prepared to peak at this time. So if you've been staying with the schedule, you should be in optimal shape in preparing for your virtual La Jolla Half Marathon. As far as future races are concerned, our next one is going to be the virtual rock and roll. It's a little bit up in the air as to when that's going to be. They haven't actually announced the new date. And then on top of that, if you're thinking into the future about doing the Triple Crown series and thinking about AFC, I did see that they posted this past week 3 separate options for you as far as what you'd like to do if you've already registered, whether it's deferring your registration to the following year, pushing it to Carlsbad, and or if you want to go ahead and maintain your status and run it virtually. If you do decide to do that, we will be modifying our training plans here soon in the next 4 weeks, and then preparing a new training plan to get you ready for AFC. So you'll be prepared either way, no matter which race you're planning on running. All right, so last week we announced the MAP challenge, and to be honest with you, I haven't seen a lot of posts yet, so I'm hoping those are all going to be coming over this next week. And so why are we doing the MAP challenge? Well, one, it's a great way to kind of stay connected, but more importantly, somebody is going to win a free pair of Gooder sunglasses. So MAP challenge generally works like this. You may have noticed on Strava when you actually run and you look back at your map back at where you ran that past week, there's a heat map and shows you where you actually did your course at. So what some people have done is when they actually run using the Strava link, they're able to kind of like make funny pictures or write words out. So the challenge goes like this: do something related to Black Flag. So plan it out, come up with something creative, and then when you actually run, you'll see, take a screenshot of the heat map that you did and then post it up on our social media. Let's try Instagram at Black Flag Running Club, and use the hashtag BFRC Map Challenge. At the end of this week, we're going to take a look at all those posts. Whoever had the most likes on their post, we're going to give them that free pair of Gooder sunglasses. So go out there, be creative. Let's kind of mix it up this week, and let's see who can get the most likes related to the Black Flag Running Club Map Challenge. All right, for this Tuesday's run, we are going to be doing a route that we started the very beginning of the season with, starting in Liberty Station and making our way back over to Harbor Island and over towards the Star of India, although I don't think many of you will actually get that far. But let's take a look at the map so we all have a good layout about where we're going to be running and what that course is going to look like, but I don't think there'll be anything new for us this week. All right, so we are taking off from Liberty Station this Tuesday, starting off where we started the season off, down at the very end of Cushing Road. Now, parking, you've got a couple options. If the parking lot is open, obviously take full advantage of it. If for some reason it is closed, then you can park curbside as well. Both will be completely appropriate, and your vehicle should be safe while you're there. All right, from here, we are going to be heading down towards the pedestrian footbridge. If we can run through the park and run along that dirt trail that runs parallel to the water channel, then that's probably the best place to be. If not, then obviously we can go straight down Cushing Road until we see the battleship, and then from there cut over the pedestrian road, pedestrian bridge as well. So whichever gets us to that bridge, that's how we need to do it. From there, we're going to be making an immediate right. It's going to take us down and around and underneath North Harbor Drive. From there, we're going to be running along Spanish Landing and parallel to the water. Eventually, we're going to run into the stoplight at Harbor Island Drive. You'll cross the street there, continue on in front of the Coast Guard station, And then a little bit further down, you're going to be running into the restrooms that are right there where Laurel joins up at North Harbor Drive. Now at this point, that's going to be about 3 miles out. So if you're doing a total of 6 today, this would be the most appropriate time for your turnaround point. For those of us that are doing 7, you're going to continue along the harbor there over to about where the Maritime Museum is at and or the Star of India. So that's kind of the appropriate time if you to turn around to add on an extra mile. So you'll be finishing at a total of 7. Either way, this course is an out and back. So when you hit your turnaround point, reverse, head all the way back up to Cushing Road, and that'll complete your Tuesday run from from Liberty Station to Harbor Island. All right, so now that we've got a plan about where we're going to be running, let's take a look at what we've got planned for each one of the subgroups. But before we jump into that, I want to talk specifically to those of you that ran the Jolla Half Marathon this past weekend. You may have some fatigue in your legs. I do think going out and actually getting some general mileage will help flush out any lactic acid that you have, and will speed up your total recovery. However, the rest of us will be doing the following mileage kind of moving forward. All right, so next up, we've got the Rock and Roll Half and Full Marathoners. We don't have a new date assigned, but this is what we've got planned for each one of you. So starting off, we're going to have the run walk interval group. You guys are going to be out there for a total of 60 to 70 minutes. This is your last week on the interval of 2-8 or 2-3. So 2 minutes walking followed by 8 minutes of running, or of 2 minutes walking followed by 13 minutes of running. So this is your last week. We'll have a new interval next week as we do our last final push to the end of the season. The intermediate group, we have out there for a total of 6 miles. We did add a little bit more of a specialty run in with you doing a total of 2 miles as a nice easy pace, followed with 4 miles bringing it up to lactate threshold. So this is the fastest pace that you can sustain for the rest of that duration for a total of 6 miles. The PR chasers, you've got 2 options available for you. First off, you'll be doing a total of 7 miles in either of these 2 categories. You're going to follow the intermediate plan as well, where you'll be doing 2 easy miles followed by 5 miles again at that lactate threshold. Alternatively, your second option would be doing a total of 7 miles at your marathon goal pace. So if you refer back to your Macmillan calculators, whatever that was, that's going to be the appropriate time or the pacing that you're going to be setting out. All right, and that concludes the rock and roll group. Let's take a look at the restart group and what we've got planned for you. All right, the restart group, we are in week 7. We've got a recovery week ahead of us right now, which means we're a little bit more relaxed in our total build-up, meaning this week for the run walkers, you guys are going to be out there for a total of 50 minutes. This is your last week at this interval, and you'll be out there for a 1-4 or a 1-8. So this is 1 minute walking followed by 4 minutes of running, or 1 minute of walking followed by 8 minutes of running. Again, this is your last week at that interval before we take it up to the next step. And then the intermediate group, we've got a nice easy 5-mile run planned for you this Tuesday. Alrighty, just one last reminder again that we're going to have another happy hour this Tuesday at 7:30. This is starting to be just a regular occurrence. We play a game, chat a little bit, have a few beers together. Love to have you come join us. It seems like we're having like the same 6 to 8 people kind of showing up, but love to have some of those faces that we haven't seen around in a while. So please, if you can, put it on your calendar. Love to have you out. We'll be doing a happy hour this Tuesday at 7:30. In your web post, you'll see that there is the link that you'll use to get into the Zoom account. And then again, we recommend that you use your computer so that you'll have your mobile device available so that you can log in to the jackbox.tv so you can play along in some of our games. All right, so that completes our Monday post preparing for week 15 in our Tuesday run. So go out there, continue to stay connected, be safe, run strong, and we'll see you guys on Friday with our next post as we are going to be taking on the train run going from Solana Beach up to Oceanside and running back with an easy 16-mile run. All right, we'll see you guys soon.